But today, I've learned that I have to first of all be confident in myself that I can make it in mathematics. Secondly, I'll sit up and I will learn hard.
In order for me to swim 25 meters distance, I tell myself, me, my friend, I am short. My legs are short. All my friends, they are tall. Then when they swim, then they win. So I decided we are doing competition. They swim, then they win. So I have to use mathematics to swim. Yes, so that I can win the race.
The team has really done well for coming here to inspire our students, especially the girls, to take away the fear of mathematics.
We are no longer afraid. We are going to take our mathematics serious so that we can also be champions in the nearby future.
I feel like the big joy for me is when the teachers call me in the next day or two about how serious the students have become.
I think they have now known that mathematics is not difficult as people see it to be.
For me, I'm not really perfect in mathematics, but due to today's talk, I've gotten encouragement that math is never a difficult subject.
And I've learned a lot from Professor Comfort, and that encourages me to learn more in maths because I wasn't having the interest in maths, but now I have the interest in maths.
What have you learned today?
So many things about what the madam was telling us about mathematics. He said we should not be joking with our mathematics. We should sit up and be learning always. We should not close the book.
Practice.
And when the projector projected her name, I was even astonished as to it was an inspiration to see a woman becoming a professor in mathematics. I felt overwhelmed, then I have chosen her as a role model so that I will also look at her steps and even try to inspire my other mates who are females to also take her as a role model.
So let us discuss your limitation here today, your weaknesses here today, so that we can fill in all those gaps for you, okay? So that when you go and sit behind a paper, and unfortunately you see any teacher who doesn't even know what you are writing and want to come in to say that where the and you tell the teacher stop disturbing us because I know the answers already.
So I have to sit now and read. I'll get A. I was bored.
Part of it, not just for getting an 8A or anything, but I should do it for the fun of it. And I should know what I want to be in future, because maths has a lot of branches and it will help me in many other ways if I want to go or divert into that particular career.
I've been working with universities. Some people are saying Waterloo. Let me say Waterloo, right? So I've been working with the University of Waterloo for 3 years, and just about 4 months or 3 months ago, I got the assistant professor title. So I've been working very hard, right? Now the key thing is when I started, it was not easy. Yesterday I was at Business Senior High School, and one of the students was asking me, Comfort, was the journey that easy? Because when you're saying the story, it's like smooth. And I was like, no, it was bumpy.
Why is this knowledge necessary? To me, Professor Mintah has taught me so much concerning mathematics. Personally, I don't like mathematics. But then from what she told me today, I am self-motivated to even talk about the fact that this knowledge that she gave us is necessary because, number one, it serves as a source of motivation. I am self-motivated naturally, but what she has taught me today has really pushed me into pushing myself to get to know the mathematics, not just for the 8As, but for personal applications as well. I also feel like this knowledge is also necessary because it improves my self-confidence, because I can't just be going around as an every girl student and I lack some basic knowledge in mathematics. I feel like this is also very necessary because we need it as a nation. I feel like one of the reasons why Ghana is not developing is because we lack basic things in mathematics.
My advice to students is mathematics requires discipline. When I say discipline, practice. Don't sit down and put the books down and hope that the books will learn for themselves. It doesn't work that way. I always say you need a paper and a pen. You have to solve it. You cannot read mathematics. You actually have to solve the problem. Go through the problem. Make sure you have understood the problem. Whenever I meet the students and they complain that, oh, I'm not doing well in mathematics, I tell them you have to learn how to learn mathematics. It's not just about reading it. You can't read it like it's a biology book. You can't read it like it's a reading book. It doesn't work that way. You also have to practice. You have to solve the problems themselves. So practice as many questions as you want, as many as possible. When I tell my students before I went to SHS, I have already finished learning Akiola. And that's because I practiced and practiced and practiced that every question that was put in front of me, I have seen the question before, or I have seen a similar question before. Also ask yourself the why, what questions. Why does this work? Why is it that this makes sense? Why is my teacher moving from this step to that step? Don't just try to understand it by saying, oh, because they solve it this way, it has to be done that way. That's not the right way to learn mathematics. Ask yourself a lot of questions and then also ask for help. If you don't know it, don't get stuck and sit down alone. Sometimes getting stuck is good. You come back to it, you will get it. But when you are too stuck and you can't find a way out, always remember to ask for help. Thank you.
I'm a professor. I can't come here and not do mathematics. I hope you have a paper and pen. Yes. So I'm going to do some few math problems with you. That will be the first session. It's not WASI, the Form 3s. The Form 2s. It's not math exam. Right? All I need you to do is, if I ask you the question, work with your friend. I am not interested in only the answer. The answer is just the icing on the cake. How did you get the answer? That is what you have to explain to me, right? Are we okay? Good, so let's do that. My first question. If x squared is 2025, yes, then the year 2025. You think 2025 is not easy? It's a math year. If x squared is 2025, I want you to find the value of x plus 2 times x minus 2. How hard can this be? What was your, let's hear something people. What is the final answer? I told you. Let's clap for our hand. I saw a couple of solutions. I'm going to try to discuss the solutions. I'll start with one of the group here who gave me a smart solution, but it looked like they were the only people who were using that approach first. They said that, welcome, for this is a difference of square. And so this is the same as x squared minus 4. Agreed? Yes. Good. But x squared is 2025 minus 4. Answer is 2021. Agreed. Let's go to the alternative method. Another group, which was most of the group of students, said, well, comfort. What I saw was you said x squared is 2025, right? Yes. Now the question is, what is x? If x squared is 2025, what will be x? 45. Are we sure? Yes. Sure? Yes. Our math teachers, where is our math teachers? Mathematics teachers. Show your faces. Sure. Our math teachers are recording it. Are we sure it's 45? Can you look at something here? Is that not a quadratic equation? In a quadratic equation, how many roots are you expecting? 2 roots. So if you're expecting 2 roots, what is the solution you're expecting here? Plus or minus 45. Your answer should be plus or minus 45. Now let's take our time. Let's take a pause. This is why mathematics is nice. Breathe. Breathe out. Enjoy the beauty of mathematics. Then, let's ask ourselves another question before we move on. What is the square root of 16? 4. Sure? Yes. Why didn't you say it's plus or minus 4? Why did you say it was 4? Why not plus or minus 4? Yes. One of your friends said, comfort, it is a perfect square. But although it's a perfect square, by definition of a perfect square, we are looking at integers. So, but negative 4 can be an integer. But, so the explanation of it being a perfect square is not the only reason. It's because, in this case, this equation is a quadratic equation. And for quadratic equation, we are expecting 2 roots. Because the square root of x squared is not x alone. It's what you call the absolute value of x, the form 3's. The absolute value of x. The absolute value of x is defined this way. It's defined by x if x is greater than or equal to 0. And it gives you negative x if x is less than 0. Piecewise function. The only reason why, if I ask you what is the absolute value of negative 2, some of you say, oh, that is 2. We know that, right? The absolute value of negative 2 is 2. It is 2 because, by definition, when x is less than negative, when x is 0 or it's negative, you negate the number again. So it becomes negative 2. And that is why the absolute value of negative 2 is positive 2. So if your teacher has asked you, what is x squared equal to 16, then you agree with me that is plus or minus 4. But if your teacher asks you what is the square root of 16, the square root of 16 is 4. It's the square root function. If you draw your square root function, the form 3's, if you've done advanced functions, you know the square root function looks that way. Then the absolute value function looks something like that. And that is the difference between the two of them. Mathematics is beautiful.
I've gained encouragement because at first I didn't want to see our math teacher in our class, but now I want to see him and welcome him to come and teach us math.
I'm Madam Helena Ejiwa, an ICT teacher. When I heard of Prof coming, I was really happy because comparing how our ladies, our students interact in the classroom during English and social studies, that's the languages, you could see they are always making suggestions, they are making their contributions, and you see they easily open up. But when it's time for mathematics, you see them quelling up, and very few of them open up and answer questions. So on her coming, I knew it was time for them to know that a woman can also do mathematics, and mathematics is not only for the gentlemen. So upon her encouragement, upon her suggestions, on the examples that she gave, I can see the brightening on our students' faces, because after the discussion and her meeting with the students, when they were coming out, I heard a lot of them saying a lot about what we've heard. And they know, they said they are going out this time to do very well in mathematics. And they know mathematics is not like they fear, as they used to fear in the past. They know they can do it and do it even better than the gentlemen.
Receiving Prof in our school offered the opportunity for our students to learn new things. Prof also took them through maybe various way of maybe answering maybe certain questions, and I think it was a very good engagement. I can remember after the program, some students have come to me to share their joy on Prof presence, and some even offered opportunity to meet her. So I think meeting her was very fruitful.
Prof has just made the work very easy for us. Just after the whole exercise, I had some students come to me and say I have some questions for you. It's like it has sparked some interest in them as far as mathematics is concerned. Now they want to learn. Now they are motivated. And nobody can learn mathematics if you are not self-motivated. So I believe that what Prof has come to do is to bring that self-belief, that self-motivation, that I can do spirit. And I believe that is all that we need as a school.
It's been a great joy, like I must say. She was sharing from her experience. She came from a beginning, a humble beginning, and now from where she has gotten to, like, it gives me that edge to toe her line. And so I am taking her as my role model, and I'm so happy to see such a person who has been able to climb to that height academically and is making it.
So we are very much grateful for her coming to our school. In fact, the program is very engaging, educative. And then we saw all our students getting involved, even with the teachers, solving questions, ready for answering questions. It was very engaging, and I think more of these meetings should happen in our schools. It will help our students to do away with the fear of solving mathematics. We struggle when we are solving questions with the students. They mostly feel like maths is for guys and not girls. That is the challenge I am facing. So having her as a lady in our midst is helping me a lot, and I think this will cause a change in my teaching and then learning experience.
Professor Mintah's lecture has been an eye-opener. I met her at the CEMC conference, and she said a lot, and today she has come to talk to us. And in fact, during her presentation, one thing that I loved about was the problem-solving approach to solving mathematical questions, which is very good, because looking at the concept she gave us, I believe that when our students and we, the teachers ourselves, adapt these strategies, we are going to move higher in the academia. Thank you very much.
So my name is Henrietta Inshira Mensah, the first deputy head girl of Presbyterian Girls Senior High School. We are much grateful, and we want to show our sincere gratitude for Professor Comfort Mintah being here. We are much grateful and want to put much effort in the learning of mathematics.
I go by the name Tikata Pamela from Presbyterian Girls, and today we deem it a great honor to have in our presence Professor Comfort Mintah in our presence. I'm really happy because I'm a fan that I didn't really like math and a lot, but today she encouraged me as a lady to value it, and I can make a lot of things through mathematics, and I'm really grateful for that.
I consider this day as a great privilege. I'm by name Jessica Poku Mensah. Today's program was encouraging to me because I'm somebody who fears maths a little, but today Professor Mintah's words has encouraged me to learn more, especially with mathematics, 30 minutes before every subject.
I feel they know what they have to do, except that they need some motivation, some encouragement here and there. And they also have to remember that there's no one way of solving a math problem. If they see that and they don't think in that one-dimensional thing that, oh, my teacher taught me this and I have to use only this method, there are other methods that can be used to solve the same problem. The moment they see that, things become much easier, and so yeah, they are doing really great. Yeah.
I've seen many of the young girls getting that confident to approach you. How do you take that?
It's a joy. It's amazing. I always say I wish I had someone do this for me when I was in SHS. It would have changed so much for me. I probably wouldn't have gone into medicine and then come back and waste so much time before coming back into mathematics. I wouldn't have done that to myself at all. So I really love the confidence, the enthusiasm that the girls especially are showing, and I just don't want them to just do the math, but I want them to stay in math and take the math-related subjects seriously. In terms of like being engineers, computer scientists, and so on and so forth, going forward.
You know, we have a lot of other programs ahead of us. Can you give us your willingness, your passion? How are you passionate about it, making sure you reach everybody?
Yes, that is very important to me. Trying to make sure I reach as many as possible. and I always also tell the students that they should share it, right? If I meet only the science students that day, I tell them, you're science students, today you talk to me, but don't keep it to yourself when you go for lunch and other things. Talk to your home economics students, the business students, and all the other students what we have learned for in this program. They all mean a lot to me. For me, being able to reach as many as possible is the key thing.